all the men gathered? All the fools. Why do we hunt in a place where there are only a few dead trees and a few animals to give to the fire, when there's plenty there?
There are shadows there, deep and cold, and dirt that eats men. And animals far more terrible than any you've seen.
What lies beyond? Just as modern man reaches into outer space, primitive man searches beyond his horizons, finding new and terrifying creatures in his prehistoric world. Massive beasts, his simple weapons only anger. Killer dogs he had not yet learned to tame. His courage proves the teenage caveman all man, winning for him a woman's love.
We could make a place to lie down on, a space above the floor so the cold couldn't reach us as we slept.
A love pure and passionate and pagan, strengthening his courage, his daring, his dreams.
I came to give this earth to the clan.
See the awe-inspiring beasts in a teenage caveman's world. See reptilian monsters locked into the death battle.
What we as experimental archaeologists do is we try to recreate the past in order to better understand it. We have many hundreds or thousands of these stone tools in the archaeological record, but what do they mean? We can get a better understanding of what was involved in making them or how they might have been used from actually trying to do that ourselves. And so we conducted a study in which we trained people to make stone tools for 2 years. We collected MRI scans at the beginning, middle, and end of the training, and we looked for changes as they learned what they were doing. We showed them images of tools, in fact, rotating videos of a tool so they could see it, and we asked them to make decisions about this tool. For instance, we asked them to make decisions about how the tool would break if it were hit, or where it should be hit in order to achieve their goals. And we could evaluate both how well they did on answering those questions and link that with their brain activity. In particular, for this kind of relatively refined tool, an Acheulean hand axe, it was both important for you to be able to very accurately strike the stone and understand the way the stone breaks, but also to formulate a plan of how you're going to achieve this shape, and particularly how you're going to make the tool nice and thin in cross-section. And that was associated with activity in parts of the brain that people have associated with something called mental time travel. That is projecting yourself into the future in order to make plans. It's very difficult to get stone to break in that controlled way. You have to set up the edge just right, manipulate the angles, and then hit it in just the right way. It's actually a lot easier to get it shaped like this than it is to make it nice and thin and sharp on the edges. And of course, our ancestors, they didn't care about the symmetry as much as they cared about the fact that it was going to be able to cut something and not be too heavy. So it's the thickness and the sharp edge is what they were after. And there's a perception that these things are really simple and crude, but actually they're very difficult to make. They require a lot of skill, and in the case of making an Acheulean hand axe like this, they also require forethought and planning. So I think we have to have a lot of respect for our Stone Age ancestors and what they're able to do. Even in this just narrow window, the one thing they left us, we can see a lot of intelligence and skill.